forgot how do I add you. Okay, I'm not sure how to add you.
I'm here.
Okay, are we
Did
both on?
I don't see you on yet. You should see two little things there that shows you and me together. Yay! You
Oh,
did
now you
it.
see me?
Yeah.
Okay, I disappeared. I hope since we're starting later in the day, people will come in.
Oh, I'm hoping.
As long as it's me and you, I ordered this stuff. I'm gonna have to put the betta down.
Oh no.
Hon, he's not eating.
Yeah, I understand. I understand.
He's not swimming.
Oh, that's sad. We got something though. We got the heater.
Yay! Right
And
now,
that
my heat. It's so hot here. My heater has not even come on.
uh, uh well, it's cold here. Anyways, what happened is when we got the heater, the first thing my fish did, first thing Kira did is go over, look at it, and he says, "No, I'm not interested in hid."
Can
But
I
when
ask you a
he
question?
noticed it, huh?
Now this is on YouTube, right?
Yeah, as far as I know, it's on YouTube. Let me check. I don't have it on sound, so I don't hear myself. Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Okay.
It says 3 are watching right now.
How many?
3.
Okay. You want to do the welcomings?
Um, yeah, I can say welcome to. Usually it's your channel, so you usually do your welcoming,
Oh,
but I'll
okay.
do mine. I'm Rivka's Craft Corner. Hi,
And
everyone.
yeah, and I'm Dreamer Craft Corner. Welcome to our collab.
Yes.
And be sure when the collab is over, this we will, as other people hopefully come in. If you come back after the live is over and comment, you'll be entered to win a $50 gift certificate. So graciously donated by Rachel.
Yes.
You know, the last time I had to order, I actually had to wear uh, Jill Crane
Yeah.
and have her buy it. Well, I
Yeah.
tried it today and they let me.
Oh, that's good.
And it's not them, it's my card. It's from
Well,
mine.
I'm just happy that your card was able to do that.
Well, yeah, see, I was ordering so much, they put a freeze on my card. It was froze for like an hour. I mean, for days.
Oh my.
I mean, I
Well,
don't know how many calls I made.
I have a few things coming in the mail very soon. I have one that's by Uniquely Down Under. Just got that. I'm getting a new one also from Uniquely Down Under. This is an Australian-based company.
Yeah, so like if I were to order from them, I'd have to wire Jill the money
Yeah.
to Walmart, and then when she gets it, I send her what I
Yeah.
want. She orders it and has it set to me, so it'll show up on her account that it's sent to me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's very nice to her. I thought I was gonna have to go ahead and shut down my channel
well, praise the king you didn't have to.
because if I can't show stuff and I can't do my giveaways, then there's no point in me having a channel.
True.
I have to do my giveaways. People ask me, why you do monthly giveaways? I says, because with somebody wins from me, right?
Yeah.
And they get so thrilled. It's really selfish on my part. It really is. Because I get off on how excited people are, to win.
Yeah, for me, I don't think I have won anything on yours yet. I've been your member for a long time, but
Honey, you were one of my first people who ever subbed to me. You have to
yeah.
comment the videos because the one thing I don't because I learned that if I put giveaway in the title, people will watch it then, but not others. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't put it in there. If people want to enter, they have to basically watch my because that's what it's for. It's people who actually watch my videos.
And I do. I watch your videos. I'll actually say replay, and I'm actually watching them.
Well, you
But
know what I mean.
yeah, yeah, I know.
And I will be doing an unboxing. I got some fish, some guppies coming in. I actually
Mm-hmm.
tried to order from one guy, but my card wouldn't let me.
Well, I have some interesting news. I will be actually doing a creation of a beautiful aquarium.
You better show that on your channel.
Oh, I plan on it. I plan on it. I also will be doing something with clay later on when I get it.
Oh,
I'll
I
be
can't
doing
do that stuff.
what?
I can't do clay.
Oh, I'm gonna be making I think I'm gonna be either making Shark Man or I'll be making something else. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
I've
cir-
seen those, and the some of the people who do them, they've been real generous, and they show you how, exactly in the machine they got. But I don't have a machine to actually be
Neither
making
do
that.
I. I don't have the machine, but I do have a rolling pin.
If I did, I would be making my own.
Yeah, I don't have one of those pasta machines. I wish I did, but I don't. Like I said, I'm just new to the clay situation, so I haven't decided to make the clay yet. Um, I am getting some new molds for my resin. Very
Cool.
excited about them. Very new molds. I am upping my supply of what are they called? Where you put them behind the cover minders, the magnets. I'm upping the supply of that because I ran out of magnets again. Fun, fun, fun. Um, I also have a couple of serving platters I'm working on.
Silver platters. Oh, that's cool.
Serving platters.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
Yeah,
serving.
you're
So,
gonna show them on your channel, right?
oh yeah. Hello, how are you doing, Polar Bear Whispers? I'm Rifka's Craft
Hi,
Corner.
hi, Polar. Also, for the giveaway that Rachel has sub generously donated, you do have to be sub to both channels. I did put a link to Rave's channel. It should be in the chat room. I will put it up periodically. Hi, Dixie. Long time
Hi,
no see.
Dixie. How are you doing, Dixie? So yeah, I'm so excited about these new molds. Oh my word. Now guys, I love doing diamond paintings. I do. But I also love doing my resin work. Love it.
Yeah,
Um,
my son messaged me on Instagram. He says, "Mom, you knew it was my birthday because it's his birthday yesterday. He turned 40."
right.
And he says, "I'm going to send you some to make something for me." So I says, "Okay, but what am I supposed to make for you?" If he's going to have me do, if he's going to buy a diamond painting custom, and he tells me that, I'm going to tell him, "Okay, I'm going to send you a link. Go to this link, send them the picture. They will make it, and they will actually send it to me."
Yep.
Because when it comes to uh, customs, I
Yes.
that's the first place I go to is Evermoment. But you know what?
Ah,
The one I was doing for my brother, it just got so many rivers in it, I had to toss it. And then I
right.
got it through this other company, and I got it where the feet, his foot at the beginning of the dog, you couldn't tell it was a shoe; it was blended in. So my other brother got it through The worst company you could get.
Ouch. I hope you're feeling better, Dixie. I hope you're feeling better. I've never had gastric bypass surgery, but I'm going to be praying that you feel better.
Are you taking it easy, Dixie? That's not a light surgery.
No, I had a while back a hernia repair, and that was not an easy surgery either.
Yeah, Miss
Took
Coffee. Um, Good, Dixie. Miss Coffee, she just had surgery.
Yeah, I know.
I hope she's taking it easy.
Well, from what she said, she wasn't going to be doing her lives for a couple weeks, or at least a week to recover, I think.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's major surgery.
Yeah.
You're not up and running around the next day.
No, 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 no. I remember when I got my.
You know what? And my Mother's Day, when she had surgery on her kidneys, they keep you there for a week in the hospital. Now you go surgery, they're releasing either the same day or the next day.
Well, that's what happened with me. When I had my hernia surgery, they had me one day, and the next day I was released. But then I was staying at my husband's friends, for 5 days. I did barely came on. Hi, Shauna. How you doing,
Hey, Shauna, I saw your video, girl, with you dancing. That was so cool. I loved it. You need to do something like that on your channel.
She does beautiful artwork. I love how she fixes.
Does she?
She's so creative on the artwork. I think she uses oh, I can't remember what she used, but she made those beautiful hairs on the oh my word, I can't explain it, but oh wow, that was beautiful artwork.
Well, let me tell you something. I see her doing stuff that I know darn well I can't. Oh, you won't believe what happened to me today.
What?
Because I knew I could have this live, I
Yeah.
didn't want to cook. So I go to Grubhub, right?
Yeah.
And I order food from Jack in the Box.
Oh, I haven't had Jack in the Box for ages.
Oh, it's on its way. And then I said, "Where's my food?" I checked it. Oh, it's delivered. So I come running out. It's nowhere on the property. I even looked outside the gate. I says, "Oh my God, if they left it at the gate." Because where I live, we got a riverbed behind us. We got a bunch of homeless people living there.
Uh-huh.
A lot of them are drug addicts, mostly.
Yep.
Homeless people back there. They will take it in a hot minute.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got back on Grubhub and I got hold of their customer service. I says, "Hey," well, first I called my manager and I says, "You need to check the cameras. I ordered food. It is missing. And you need to look to see if any tenants took it, because we do have tenants that still here,
Yeah.
and which is the automatic eviction. They know they got cameras, but that don't stop them.
No.
But and it says, and if he left it outside the gate, it wouldn't last there 2 minutes before a homeless person. It says it's clearly on our account, our phone number that you're supposed to call, honk your horn so we know that you're out here. So they refunded my money.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but it'll take up to 5 days to get it back.
Yeah. So were you able to get any food at all, or
Yeah, we called a pizza place.
which one? Do you go to Domino's?
Uh, Occasionally I do, because at Domino's, if you order enough, you can get free. I've got quite a few free pizzas from them. Okay, so I'll go online and I'll order a pizza and then I'll walk up there. But I don't feel like walking up there. I says I'm not walking anywhere.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Because
I did walk. I actually walked from our house once, and we went over to. I'm trying to think, where did we go? We walked over to where we go and buy our fruits and veggies. So that went out really good.
well, you know what? I'm 63 years old. I'm a walker. I've walked
Mm-hmm.
all my life. I walked from Stockton, California to Manteca, California, which is about 30 miles. And I walked it, but and I didn't even break a sweat. Okay?
That's good.
I'm a walker. If something upsets me, go for a walk.
Yep.
But a few years back, I was at the trolley station. I had my groceries. Well, I went shopping. I can't even remember what I got, but it had been raining and my cart went to flip. I should have just let the cart fail and just put things back in, but I
Mm-hmm.
tried to save it. When I did, I went like this. And when I did, in my butt, I permanently injured the sciatic nerve.
Yeah.
So that means even walking, I have to stop to rest my muscles.
Mm-hmm.
Now, next month, I'm going to the zoo, and I will be putting that on my channel.
That'll be awesome.
San Diego Zoo. It's not like it was before as a kid. My parents used to lose me at the zoo. We go to the zoo, and when you went in, and it's back that way because those flamingos, they couldn't get them
Yeah.
to breed, and they built a new habitat. When you first walk in, you see it, and all
Mm-hmm.
of a sudden they were breeding. And when they did that, I would go there every week with my camera and take pictures and chronicle the babies growing up. But see, they
Oh.
allow you to feel for yourself and they pictures, but they don't really want you. I don't care what they want. And then I always go to the children's zoo part because I'm a bird person. I'm 63 years old. People can't tell me about parrots. I know everything about parrots.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you who, Dr. Gold, Gould, way back when, was the one that discovered parakeets, brought them to England, and at that time they were like $500.
Yeah.
But as they bred them, all these parakeets you see in the store, blue, that's
Yeah.
not their natural color. Their natural color in the wild are green.
Yeah, I know. Over in Australia, they have parakeets over here, although they call them budgies
Well, that's
here.
their natural habitat,
Yeah.
along with the cockatoo. But see, the thing is, United States, you have to buy your birds from a breeder. You rarely see one that had come from a wild. That at Chula Vista down at the marina and the boats, people live there. A person there has got a African gray that was taken out of the wild prior to that law because there's a parrot called the SPIX parrot. It is extinct in the wild. The last one that died was a male in 1980, but the last I looked it up, they thought they saw another one. But in any case, there's only like a half a dozen left, all owned by this person who very wealthy. He breeds animals that are endangered.
Mm-hmm.
The concept of releasing them back in the wild. And several years ago, there was excitement in the bird world because there's only a dozen. There's only a small genetic pool. If some woman had a spink parrot, when she discovered what kind of bird she had, she realized how much more important it was for that bird to be in a breeding program. And she contacted the right people, and that guy paid to have that bird shipped to him. All the health checks, paid for everything. It was a complicated matter. It was done because they knew it was going to a breeding place because that meant new bloodlines. But if you're ever on YouTube, look up shagged by parrot. There is one parrot that does not know how to fly. It's a ground parrot. And I guess he thought these naturalists was another bird because it saw its reflection.
Mm-hmm.
And the birds saw that parrot decided he was going to breed with it. Jumped on and breed because see, parrots don't actually have a penis. There's only one breed of parrot that does. The rest don't. They have like vents. So when they get up on the female and they're going like this, they're
Mm-hmm.
transferring the sperm from their vent. They're not actually entering anything into the female bird. And to get from a parakeet to get a bluebird, like you would breed a green bird to a bluebird, the babies are going to be green. You take one of those green babies, breed it to, when it's old enough, breed it to another blue. You're going to get half blues, half greens. Take a blue baby from there and then breed it. And so it's like every other generation, and that's how they do colorings. Now, there is a breed, I can't pronounce it, Solum, I can't pronounce it, but it's the one breed of parakeet because birds are usually, the males are more colorful.
Yes.
In this case, go on, boss. In this case, it's not. The male is green, and for a long time they thought the male bird was a separate breed. They now since learned that no, they're all one breed. That is the male. It's the female that is red and blue.
Oh, well, we
These,
have red and blue ones over here. I'm just,
you know what? I have to look up because I can't remember where they come from. And
because there are some. Okay, some of the parrots and parakeets. Some of the parrots and parakeets. Some of them come from Australia, and some come from Brazil or down in South America.
Yeah, but most of them come from Australia. That's the natural habitat.
Yes.
Basically. To me, and don't get me wrong, my first bird was a parakeet. Okay. But they're very fragile birds.
Oh, I know.
They don't tolerate first time bird owners' mistake. You can't put their cage near a window, a draft. Birds don't get a cold per se, but they could get respiratory
Infections
and diseases that could actually kill them
Mm-hmm.
because they can't take drafts. You can't put them near an air conditioner.
I think that's why. Probably Timothy died. We lived over in Oregon, so when I got that bird, his name was Timothy. He was a blue and white parakeet.
Are you sure he's male? What was his cere? CERE? Was it blue?
I said blue and white, so he was
No.
two colors.
On your parakeet, just above the beak, they have what they call.
Yeah, he had blue.
It was blue, then it's male.
Yeah.
But if it's light blue, it's iffy because sometimes females can have a light blue, but they generally turn to tan. But I tell people, I was at the pet store one time, and this guy was going to buy his son a parakeet. I was talking to him. I says, your best bet is to buy a cockatoo. I says, for number one, they're a lot more mellow. You can't keep parakeets and cockatoos in the same cage because, contrary to what you might think, it's the parakeet that will pick on the cockatoo.
Yep.
And they won't really defend themselves. And they're more tolerant. They're more hardy. They live up to 20 years. They're not much for talking. If you want a talking bird, it's your African gray. You got your Timoth and your Congo. The Timoth is a darker gray with a maroon tail. Your Congo has a red tail and a lighter gray. And don't ever say the word Alex to any scientist because they get pissed.
Boy.
Oh, yeah. You never heard of that? The Alex studies?
No.
Who has not heard of the Alex studies?
What do you think?
No. This university in the United States wanted to find out, do birds simply mimic or do they actually understand the concept of language? So they went to a pet store. They had some African gray because they're your best talkers. They told the worker they didn't want to choose one, just to pick one out. They named him Alex. Now, most of you grays aren't going to do this because you got to remember Alex had 24/7 all these different interns coming in and everything. So he was learning like there. But one of his favorite things is he would literally tell a new worker, and he knew when they were new, what toy he wanted. They get out of that toy. He go, no, I don't want. I want this toy. Until he had all his toys dragged out, and then he start laughing at him. And everybody else there knew it. He could tell you. He understood small, greater shapes. He had a vocabulary of, I think it was like 50 words, but they were actually able to prove that they do understand the concept of language.
Yep.
Yeah, if you own a parrot, whether it be an African gray, if you buy an African gray, it's like having a 2 to 3 year old in your home for the next 50 years. See, I disowned my brother for a long time over my African gray Jojo. Jojo was a bird that us bird people dream about having, that we may only get once in a great while. When I had him, I didn't go out with guys. I didn't do anything. I went to work. I went home. It was me and Jojo. And Jojo knew I worked nights, so I could be with him and only be gone when he's asleep, right? And he would be quiet, and he wouldn't say a word until he seen me open his eyes. He always called me Mama. And if he escaped his cage, he would rock across the floor, get up on the bed, and go lay next to me, which sounds really cute, but what if I had rolled on him? Now, you know my story that one time I was homeless. I didn't think I was going to be homeless very often, and I was actually paying these pet stores to board him. And I don't know what they did to him, but because I told them they could keep him out in the store where people could pet him and stuff. They told me they could put him out there. He tried to bite him. He tried to attack. They brought him back to me in a tub, and his feathers are up, and he's trying to bite. I reached down. I grabbed him. I turned him around, and he see me, goes, Mama! And Slava of any kind is not odd, good.
Hi, honey.
It's very toxic to him. So his idea, if you told him to give you a kiss, is he would take his beak on my cheek and rub it up and down.
Yeah.
So my brother says, bring him to me. When you get on your feet, you come get him. Big mistake. He didn't call me up to tell me he killed my bird. No, sorry. Oh, I'll buy you another one. Nothing. Called me up. Oh, I killed your bird. Tried to lie to me about how he did it, not knowing it would get around. I didn't talk to my brother for 2 years. Even when my sister was alive, and the one last thing she wanted was a Hawaii trip, last reunion before she died. The whole time I was up there, I didn't talk to him. I do talk to him now, but my trust in him is gone.
Yeah.
I would not allow him near my birds at all. And I had sold him a dirt cockatoo. And I said, if it don't work out, he comes back to me. He sent him to a rescue organization. He was the first time bird owner. I gave him a nice bird, and he turned mean. He tried to attack my sister, got on her back, everything else. I says, first of all, have it DNA sexed. That sounds like he's being possessive, as if you're his mate, and it might be a male, although sometimes females could do it. I said, second thing, you got to take him out of that room into a neutral area. I said, if I can take that bird back, and in a month, he'll be changed. That's what happened to my friend. She bought this African gray. The owners were afraid of it because it bite. She took that bird home within, 2 weeks? It was a different bird. It was a different bird.
Well, what I'm planning on doing is getting a cockatiel. But the thing is, we have to get the main thing that I haven't done yet is get the cage for the cockatiel. But first thing Jeff said is we have to first create the chicken coop, which is taking me forever because guess what? I can't find my drill.
Don't let your chickens anywhere near your bird. But you know what? If you're going to get a cockatiel, don't get a small cage.
No, I'm getting a big one.
Get the largest cage that you could possibly find. Okay?
And afford.
Yeah, that you could find in your price range. Because you got
Yeah.
to remember, that's that bird's home. And you can't leave the bird in the cage all the time because what'll happen, they'll come cage bow where they won't want to come out of their cage.
Oh, I know that. I had a cockatiel before, and we had one named Mitzvah.
They're good for imitating sounds, though.
Oh yeah,
Now,
yeah.
there's always an exception to the rule. But generally, they don't talk. They're more mimic of sound.
Well, Mitzvah did actually. All he said was hello. That's all he did. But he was very, and he actually could say his name, Mitzvah. But
Well,
that's
that's quite an accomplishment because, like I said, cockatiels are not known for talking. They're
no,
known for imitating sounds. It's very difficult for them to talk. And the word hello is the most difficult word for any bird to learn. And when you're teaching a bird to talk, you don't use the word hello.
no.
That's the last thing you teach because it is so difficult. And 99% of the time, when you're telling the bird, you're repeating the word to him, and you trying to teach him to say this certain word, they never learn it.
Mm-hmm.
They learn something else. My
Yeah.
African JoJo, I used to leave the TV on while I was at work. I stopped when she said to me, "I want a cigarette." I said, "JoJo, what did you say?" "I want a cig." And see, I always thought he was male because the breeder knew what she had. I bought him before he ever hatched out of the egg. She didn't want to give him up. I had emails, a knowledge of all my payments to her, pictures she sent me of the bird. When I demanded, I said, "Look, that bird has been paid off for several weeks. I want you to ship me the bird." She stopped talking to me. And I says, "Well," and I offered her, I says, "Look, if you just got attached to the bird, I just want a baby pair, African gray. Go find me another one. Take the money I gave you. Go buy it. Have it shipped to me." Still wouldn't answer. So I finally says, "Look, you're committing fraud. I have saved every single email. Every email you acknowledged receiving the payment. I will go to your district attorney's office to put charges of fraud on you." Then she answered me. She says, "Well, I could find you a different bird. You know, you were saying you wanted female, and this one's male." I said, "It's too late for that. I offered you that. You kept ignoring me. So you send me that bird." Well, I finally get the bird, and he was saying, "JoJo, good boy. JoJo, good boy." But I took him in, and I had him DNA sexed. And I came back, and they go, "Where do you think he is?" I says, "Male." She goes, "No." I said, "No, it's female." I said, "You're kidding. I thought it was male." She says, "We did too. When we put the test in, we figured it was going to come back male." But it was, so I had to tell her, "No, you're a good girl." It's JoJo, go, "Good girl. JoJo, good girl. JoJo, good boy." She just didn't want to get rid of that word boy. She'd be saying, "Oh, yeah, I'm good girl. I'm good girl." And then all of a sudden she'd say, "I'm good boy."
Well, she was so used to saying good boy.
Oh, I think she's just being on there. Yeah. You know, all my birds, JoJo was the first bird I ever owned that came to me tame. All my parakeets, cockatiel, any other bird that I had came to me
Yeah.
completely untamed. I tamed them down. And I tell people, there ain't a bird, I ain't met a bird yet that I can't tame it down. It just, some birds are easier, some birds take longer. But they could all, I won this bird. I used to belong to Hook Bell Hobbyists of San Diego. I was
Mm-hmm.
actually on the, it's a not for profit bird club. Originally,
Right.
only one in San Diego. I was actually on the board. I was secretary. I went from being librarian to newsletter to actually on the board. Secretary.
Cool.
Yeah, I went too cool because, you know, they have certain rules, and the club actually owns birds, and their policy is wherever home they're in, they breed the bird. If it has two, one goes to the club, they get to keep the other one. So, and they had a case where the person just kept lying. They ended up going to court. Hookbill won. You know, they said we don't want the bird back because they've run. The bird is a piece of crap now. But they never did get their money. She wanted to buy a female, and there was a chant to go with this bird. It was put on hold to the following meeting. So she did not have the board's permission. And she went out and bought one anyways, which was a clear violation. There was going, the reason she quit because there was a special board. What we had to do is a special board where she would be allowed, she would be told why we were booting her out of the club. She would be allowed to have her say, and then we would vote on it. Well, it was already pre-gone, and had she done that, she knew it. She clearly done it, and they were going to boot her out of the club. So instead, she brought the birds back, quit the club, saved the club time from kicking her out. But it's not nice when these, when I came news, what's librarian? They sent me over to this woman's house because she was in the club, quit, and she had some of the club stuff. She says, "Go." That's what they told me. Oh, she quit. She's no longer part of the club. We got to get that stuff back. I go knocking on this door and I says, "Hey, I'm the librarian from Hookbill Hobbyist. I just sent over to get the supplies that belong to Hookbill." She says, "Why?" "Well, you quit the club." "No, I didn't." I says, "All I know is you quit the club. If you didn't, you need to get hold of them." But they sent me to get the stuff. So she gave me the stuff, and she never came back. And I says, "Well, you can't just cater somebody out because you got to argue this. You can't." It's just like some people got upset because we had some two gay gentlemen couple, and they joined the club.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they could join the club. They could be on the board. They did a lot for the club. A lot of people left the club because we allowed a gay person in. And we told them, "This is sorry. The club is public. Anybody can join. We cannot tell somebody they cannot join because they're gay or because they're black or green polka dots. We can't kick somebody out on the basis of their sexual preference. They have to violate the club's rules. Everybody is welcome here." And, we had a meeting and I says, not every club member is going to like each other. You don't like each other, you don't talk. It's just the same thing with YouTube. There are certain creators, I'm not going to say her name. I can't stand her. I don't sub to her channel. She's blocked from my channel.
Mm-hmm.
It's not on my Facebook. I just don't watch her channel. But I'm not going to go back to her channel and badmouth her.
Right.
That's what got me mad about Sherry. I did it. Did you see that video that the first one cast the stone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I says, "I don't care. You don't like Sherry? Then don't watch her." And after I put that there, one of my longtime subs says, "I can't believe you're defending her." And I put down there, I says, "Well, apparently you didn't get the drift of the video I was doing. I only used her as an example." She left. I had another one leave my channel because Pretty Neat. Because when Pretty Neat did that crap to me, I gave him a bad review. Then Pretty Neat gets hold of me and tries to demand, not ask, but demand I take it down. And I said, "Kiss my ass. My channel stays up." Now, if Pretty Neat would have left it alone, I probably would have calmed down and bought from, because I was one of their main customers. I bought from them all the time. You saw Pretty Neat on my channel all the time. I would post my videos on the reviews in their channel. I never received a dime, but I spent money with Pretty Neat. I spent one time $1,000 with them in one shot. So then they messaged me, says, well, if you take it down, we'll pay you. We can have your painting. They tried to hold my painting as hostage. We'll give you half the price back. I says, oh, so now you're trying to bribe me. I said, seriously? That's an insult. Do you think my subs are going to believe anything I say if I take that down and start giving? No. And they, no, 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 no. My subs are a little bit more important to me than your wallet. When they did that, that did it with me. And I was on Instagram. I didn't realize it was them. I saw this really cute diamond painting somebody had did. And I guess it was one of Pretty Neat's. I said, oh, what a pretty picture. Sure enough, there goes Pretty Neat. Oh, Linda, would you like us to send you a painting? I says, no, I don't want you to send me a painting. I told you I don't want to do business, so quit stalking me. And I blocked him. And that was the end of me and Pretty Neat. Oh, I won with Amazon. They finally refunded me my money for that notepad. It told me I keep the notepad or donate it. Because Hooligan, that's the custom I'm doing, is Hooligan.
Oh, Hooligan is horrible.
Well, you know what? I didn't put it on my channel because I'd put that particular painting from different companies on there already. I will do a post review. I was pleasantly surprised. The drills are great. And no faded spots. The symbols were really clear.
Right.
I only ordered them from them one time, and it was a custom that I gave up doing because a lot of the symbols I couldn't tell what they were. They were faded. And I hadn't done it, but I was pleasantly surprised.
There is one company on AliExpress. I don't buy from AliExpress anymore because right now they're doing a trade war against Australia. So that's why I haven't bought from AliExpress.
Whoa, back up. Back up. What trade war? Come on, tell me about it.
There is a trade war. My husband can actually explain it better than me. Well, they're having a trade war against Australia.
Why are they mad at Australia?
I don't know. Australia and they've been at war with each other in the trade wars. Nothing like a regular war, but a trade war with Australia. My husband can explain that one better than me. Jeffrey,
what's that?
Can you explain the trade war to Linda on this one? And you get to hear his voice too.
Hi, Jeff.
He's coming shortly.
Yeah.
He's just wiping his hand. Just give him a moment. He's drying his hand. Okay, I'm going to hand it to him so you can hear what he has to say about trade wars.
Yeah, g'day. It's and hello to everyone in the chat. It's not no trade war is ever officially declared, but for example, a lot of contracts that had been established between exporters here in Australia and importers in China got cancelled for no real reason. Like a whole batch of lobster, I think it was, might have been crab. A whole batch of lobster just got left rotting on the docks, okay, in one of the Chinese ports. They said it wasn't any good when it got here. A whole bunch of Australian wine was sent back to Australia. And I think there's even one case where, you know, they just keep turning down our goods for no particular reason. When there was a competition for rice, okay, Australia actually won that competition, even though they weren't allowed to send actual examples of rice. And so what they sent was lab results proving that their rice was better. You know, who's not actually allowed to send samples of the product to a competition? And even then, I don't think they won the contract, even though they won the competition. It just makes you wonder sometimes what's going on. Okay, and there's also a bit of a propaganda war. If you look around, there's some pretty violent images of Australian soldiers supposedly doing something to civilians of other countries. So
I haven't seen anything about Australia, like their army or anything online.
No, well, I suppose you'd have to look for it. See, I see it in my newsfeed, obviously being Australian. And there was a big blow up about it when they, I won't describe what they wrote up, but it was obviously untrue, you know. And it showed an Australian soldier, you know, killing somebody with a big smile on his face while he did it, right? You know?
Well,
and
your government wouldn't allow something like that anyways.
Hey?
I wouldn't think your government would allow
soldiers. No, that person, that were, if someone had quite deliberately, you know, tortured and then killed a civilian during wartime in Australia, I happen to believe that's, I'm not certain, and I'd have to look it up. You'd certainly be out of the military, but I'm pretty sure if you weren't in jail, you'd be dead. You know, we tend to kill people for things like that. Anyway, here's my lovely wife back.
People are worried about China, and I says, let me tell you something about China. China can't afford to go to war with the United States. They can't really afford to do that because they're so dependent. I mean, if you go in the United States, everything made in China, made in China, made in China. If they were going against USA, number one, we'd kick their butt.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, they would be hurting themselves. They can't do it. They're just doing this. When my son was in the service, he says, he told me his mom, and it was during the Iraq war, he says, Iraq ain't our problem. Iraq's nothing. They ain't the ones we need to worry about. We need to worry about Korea. He says, no, Korea is more of an enemy to the world, to U.S., than Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the Iraq war was a joke. I mean, they went back there and they were just saying, hey, here you go. Throwing their guns up, and it wasn't much of a fight. But no, I don't think anything will happen with Korea. Now, Korea may go after another country, and depending on who's president, United States may get it, because if the country needs help, it's, hey, USA, help us, just like Iraq did. Help us. And we helped them, got rid of that guy because the president lied. But then as soon as we helped them, they didn't want us there. I says, okay, leave them, let them fall. And that's exactly what happened. But United States, I love United States. It is my country, but sometimes they don't know how to mind their own business.
Exactly.
I don't care what has happened, what China's do. As long as they ain't trying to come in our backyard.
Well, as I was explaining, my husband explained the trade war. That's what was going on in Australia. So we are right now. My husband asked me in a very kind voice at the time, please do not buy anything from AliExpress anymore because
AliExpress is
AliExpress,
a China company, honey.
huh?
Everything company you see on AliExpress is from China. So when
Well,
you
I
see
know.
AliExpress, you're buying from China.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you
So I
mean the
have,
company there's because they're under AliExpress company.
yeah.
Okay.
So I haven't bought from AliExpress for a long, long time. But yeah, and I was telling you about the trade war, and that's what's going on in Australia on the trade war. And Jeff was explaining to you what happened. So it was easier for him to explain than me because he's originally from Australia. I'm not. I'm originally from America.
Yeah, I mean, they say, oh, we need to buy USA. We need everything to buy USA. Well, people, you forget to do that, you're going to have to build factories.
Uh-huh.
The factories are in Japan. The factories are in China.
Mm-hmm.
Hello? So if you want to do all away with that and make diamond paintings or cars or whatever, you better build some factories. Government better have some money to build some factories.
There's only one diamond painting that is actually being made in their country, and that's the one in Canada. I think that one's called red hold a second, I know what one I'm thinking about. Red raspberry, I think is the name.
As far as I know, all the diamond painting factories itself are in China.
Yeah.
I says, Timmy, I'm sorry. I told my brother, I'm sorry, but I do business with China all the time. And when we had that freeze and couldn't buy from them, oh God.
That was rough.
Yeah, it was. We never fully covered. I remember a time before all this, like when DAC was moving factories, we'd be joking how we were going to hijack the truck. You could go to Diamond Art Club at any time and find a painting. Listen to this. I rarely check out Diamond Art Club anymore because every time I go there, sold
They're
out,
empty.
sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out. But I checked it out today.
And there was something there.
Yeah. It's coming. I
Yep.
bought it.
There's one that I want
Yeah,
to
I
get.
got something
It's called
coming
A Mother's Love.
From
Diamond Art Club.
I got Diamond Art Club coming. I got TSA and one of my new favorite company.
And well, you mean Craftably.
Yes. You know what made me order from them? It was not their diamond paintings. It was the blue tubes. I keep telling them, you need to sell those blue tubes separate. I would order several of them.
Yeah.
Now, they're not as pretty as the tubes that you buy from DIY Moon, but they're good.
Yeah.
And plus, they're adjustable. And what company gives you that tube, washi tape, and cover minders?
Well, I have gotten, one was DIY Moon. They actually sent me, not washi tape, but they sent me a cover minder with it one time.
Yeah, now DIY Moon will send you extra stuff. I ordered it from one time. I've got all kinds of extra stuff, including this kit that they did sell on their site for like $20.
Mm-hmm.
They sent me a $20 pen. They do send a lot of extras,
Yeah, they do.
but they're just too chipping. Oh, dude.
They are a little bit expensive, though. And that's the problem. especially
get
when
into
it
the
comes to the shipping.
Explain to this to me, because they're in what? They're the Philippines.
Yeah, they're the Philippines.
They still have to get their paintings from China, and I realize they may have them in stock, but how do they get it from Philippines going through customs? Because they got to go through customs. Then when they get to the U.S., they got to go through another customs. So how do
Mm-hmm.
they get it to you in 10, 7 to 10 days?
Well, actually, the Philippines a little bit closer to Australia than to America, but I'm not sure.
Exactly. I ordered from them within 7 to 10 days. The truck was pulling up. I'd rather
Mm-hmm.
wait a little bit than to pay that shipping. Especially when I went there a second time, I says, okay, if I got to pay $50 shipping, I'm going to order more and make it worth it.
Yep.
But when I tried that, found out that the shipping went up. So I haven't ordered from them since.
Yeah, I am the same situation with me. And I love Diamond Art Club. I do. I honestly do. I was a diamond. I was a diamond. I think I still am. But the cost to ship to Australia is $57 for one painting. For one painting, and I can't buy just. I wanted to buy just one certain painting, believe it or not, and that's called A Mother's Love. I haven't been able to buy it yet.
You haven't?
Nope. Nope, I haven't.
Yeah,
I
that's
wish I.
on my channel when I do giveaways
Yeah.
and I do gift certificates.
Yeah.
I tell my winners, hey, I don't pay for shipping.
Right.
Just like Gail when she won the trade this month, I told
Yeah.
her 25 is the limit. It's got to include shipping.
Yep.
She found it came to 26, $1 over. Who cares? I got it in the color she wanted.
What am I doing? Sorry, I'm looking at something and I'm like, what am I doing? I just almost put the wrong one in the wrong one.
I've been having a little bit of trouble with this, which I don't normally have with TSA, with popping drills. I'm going to have to, when I get a section done,
Yeah.
seal it, and then move on.
Ah, that's what it is. I was putting the W's in the wrong spot.
Did you?
I found it.
Well, yours are the same as mine. You're doing
Crystal drills.
Yep. Have you ever tried a Crafty?
I have one Craftably that I used. I bought, it was a while back. The one that I got from Craftably originally was the dolphin one, but it was a partial. And I have it on my channel where I finished it and everything. And it was supposed to be for that, when they were doing that, when Mindy and them, I'm not sure if it was Mindy or who it was, but they were doing it's called, not dipping. Help me here. I'm trying to think of it. Oh, I can't think.
I usually don't do those events for one reason only. When they want you to post under Instagram at a certain one.
Yeah.
For some reason, I can't do it. I was participating in this one event. I actually went to their page. So I said, okay, I'll put up the picture. I thought I put up the picture under that. No, I put it under my. So it says, I don't do it.
No, I normally if I do it, I do show off all my things, and I have done. It was I can't.
No, I mean, if somebody who was doing an event and You were supposed to be doing this diamond painting. Take a picture. And it was hashtag something and post a picture under hashtag.
Right.
So I would go to my Instagram. I go to that hashtag. Then I thought I was putting up a picture under that hashtag, and it turns out I wasn't.
Oh,
It was
wow.
it was just going to my thing. So I don't know if I should have put picture loaded to hashtag with the name. I just pressed or what.
Oh,
So I
wow.
don't know what I'm doing wrong. That it's not in up there. It's going on my. I'm not what you call computer savvy.
It's okay.
And my
Yeah,
boyfriend's worse.
Yay. I
Yeah,
found my
some people share my computer.
3846.
He's one of them.
So that one's done. Yay. I'm happy. I get happy easy. Let me see.
Now, in Australia, do
3811.
they have like a Disneyland or anything?
No, but we do have over in Australia a SeaWorld.
A what?
SeaWorld.
Oh, SeaWorld, really?
Yeah, we do.
Cool.
We have a SeaWorld here. My husband actually took me to it.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And then over in Grafton, there was one, not Grafton, but I'm trying to think where the place was originally. It was not called SeaWorld, but there's another one that they had that you could go look at dolphins and stuff. So, yeah. And we have, we also have Movie World here. That is over in right near the Gold Coast. So yeah.
Oh, what? So just for everybody to know, it's after the live. You got to be sub to both channels. If you make a comment down, what is going to be the question this? Because nobody's been doing it. We want to give this $50 gift certificate away, folks.
Actually, there has been on my channel. There was about 3 new people that actually commented.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
But I don't know if they sub to me or not. But they commented.
You have to be sub to both.
And I don't know if we can find out who is sub to us because I haven't ever figured that one out.
You go to your channel,
Mm-hmm.
the thing there, and you go sub. But the only problem with that is it will show you if they're public. If they got it on private, it won't show up even though they're sub to you.
Right. So maybe we should say in our videos, make certain that you are 100% public, so we can see that you're sub, so you can be in the drawing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's one way we should mention too.
Yeah. How many people we got in the live now?
Only 5 at the moment, from what I'm seeing.
Okay, because I can't tell.
That's why I always put when I do the restream, I always put up the YouTube so I can see how many comes in. And for those who don't come in, you know what I mean. It's just basically I go into the YouTube, turn off the sound so I can actually not hear myself repeating myself.
Well, usually I rarely ever go live. But on the occasions I do, I usually have more than 5. And I thought since, okay, we're doing it later, there must be another person at live at this time that's a big channel.
I don't know.
That could be it.
But the thing is, there's people that will watch replays afterwards.
Yeah, that's cool too.
Mm-hmm.
But they need to comment.
Yeah, they do. They do need a comment. If they want to be in this drawing, they have to be, because I'm going to be putting them on a wheel. Everyone's name is going on the wheel. And when you comment, it goes on the wheel. And I keep track of how many comments and everything like that.
Okay, now I got it. I didn't click on it, but I went to my channel. And there's 5 watching. Well, it's better than 2, right?
Yeah. Much better than 2. I could even have my husband watch, but the thing is, I don't think he can win for me.
Families can't do it.
Like I said, I don't think my husband can win for me, so no.
No. I don't know about where you're from, but United States, that's kind of looked as illegal.
Well, actually, it's looked as cheating. And that's what Jeff and I don't believe in cheating, so we won't do it. But I'm saying he can watch it and say, hey, you done well, or hey, you didn't do well, or what you could have done better, or things like that. That's what I usually have my husband there for.
True. And I put it on my Facebook and let people know that I said 5 p.m. USA Pacific time. You know what it is? It's because it's a weekday. People
it's Saturday here, and it's
home. They're doing dinner. They're not.
Hi, Tracy.
Hi. Now, Tracy, be sure to subscribe to both channels. Please comment after the live. We will give you the question so you could enter the contest, which is a $50 gift card from TSA. Not donated by me, not donated by Rev, but by Rachel herself.
Yes.
I tell you, she's cool.
She is. She's an awesome lady.
I mean, what company? I ruined the painting. It's still on my channel. I put the plastic on by mistake the wrong way, and I yanked off all the glue. All of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought double-sided to I'll just put it down. That wasn't working. And so I contacted her and I says, Rachel, this is what I did. Is there any way I can just buy the painting?
2 a.m. there? Wow. It's 11:06 a.m. here.
And it's 6 o'clock p.m. here. See, that's the thing, because you're dealing with all kinds of time change.
Yeah.
Really going live is better on Saturdays. And
but
Dave has not been going on live on Sundays lately. I think they're having some financial difficulties.
Probably. Yeah.
And that's why I'm hoping things turn around for them and they'll be back.
So,
hey, do you remember that channel that was really big called Kicking Cancer's Butt?
No, I never even heard of it.
It was a big channel. She didn't even say goodbye. I mean, she just like disappeared. Her Facebook group is there. She doesn't even be on her Facebook. The administration groups have been taking care of it. She hasn't. I just finally gave up and unsubscribed because there was no videos coming up anymore.
She might have maybe she might have died.
That's what I'm thinking, because I know she had cancer. It could have, she may not have told people about it. Maybe it came back and she lost the fight. But
yeah, maybe.
She had a YouTube channel that they would. I told my boyfriend, I says, look, do me a favor. If I die, get on my YouTube channel, do a video, and let myself know I died.
Yeah.
Because my cousins asked me, what do you want done with your body? I said, cremated, put in with my husband, and no memorial service and no funeral. She goes, why? I says, because I'm morbid, and it's cruel. People are already mourning, and you got to put a body there? No. I don't do funerals anymore.
No.
The last one I did was my cousin's mother-in-law. See, she died, and then 24 hours later, my husband died.
Wow.
And so I just got burned out. So when it came time to renew my CNA nursing license thing that you have to renew every couple years,
Yeah.
I tore it up. I was done.
Well, I mean, you dealt with enough death in your life. You really don't want to deal with
I
more.
have seen more dead people than most doctors. I'm 63 years old. I've been working nursing homes, hospitals since I was 18 years old. I was one of the first group to get certified by the state of California when they first passed the law. I was working for Bethany Convalescent Hospital, so I would work only part day till like 11 o'clock. I'd have lunch, and then from 11:30 to 3:30, I was in class. But since it was nonprofit, I got paid for 8 hours.
Wow.
And then I was out of California for so long. When I came back, this is, oh, well, you've been out of California for so long in Nevada. They didn't require it. They're just starting that program there now. I says, why can't I just take the state test? Oh, you can't do that. You got to do the class all over. So I got this job at this so-called teaching nursing home. They used to
Mm-hmm.
put the students with me. And we actually had to go down to Sacramento. And they would have you read 3 cards. They don't do this for LVNs or RNs. They don't have to show a practical. All they do is a written test. CNAs does a written test plus practical. And you read what the card says, and you have to do exactly what it says. I pulled
Yep.
somebody's height. I could. She's 60 inches, right?
Mm-hmm.
Put that in feet and inches because the question says, how many inches is she? The key word, inches, which I thought was a little tricky of them.
Mm-hmm.
So you put 60. And the other one was position and patient, which I had to have. It was one of the instructors. I had to position them, properly position them. And then they would ask you, they give you a chance to say, well, would there be anything else you do? It says, well, yeah, after I would finish, I would ask the patient if there was anything else that I could do for him. And then I pulled my Heimlich maneuver. So, okay, I go in, I demonstrate. I go on the person's my partner, says, okay, how are you? And I pretend like she could speak. Okay, I'm going to do the Heimlich maneuver. I'm going to do this. I'm telling her everything and demonstrating it. They pulled me in the office to tell me I passed. And they says, we got a question. I says, what? The tester grader, she had put down there that was the best demonstration of the Heimlich maneuver she has seen. She says, did you ever do it? I says, well, yeah, I used to do private duty. I took care of a Parkinson patient who should have been on a puree diet. The wife didn't want him there, so he was always choking, and I was always doing the Heimlich almost on a daily basis. Easiest one, too. Plus, in Nevada, I took a EMT course.
Yeah. Wow.
And then they changed it the year after I did it. They didn't have to know as much as that they had taught us. And they didn't have to do what we did. When me and my ex-husband had to do the internship, we had to go down to the hospital. And I don't know why, because we quote, not allowed to touch the patients. And I told my then husband, I says, if I ever get in an accident and I wake up at that hospital, I'll divorce your butt. That was the worst hospital. I mean, they got a woman comes in, working at a fast food place, it's spilled hot oil. She can't really walk. She's got to go to the bathroom. I'm not allowed to touch her. So I tell them. They don't want to help her. I says, look, I'm the CNA. I know how to transfer a patient. Let me do it. They said, okay. I transferred her, took her to the bathroom.
I know what's going on. I just realized it.
What?
They're doing a 72-hour Zoom.
Say what?
Yes.
Who is?
Most of the let me think here. I'm trying to think of their names. I know Jen is in it. I know that Rebecca's in it. I know that
Did they invite you?
Oh, they've invited me, but right now I can't go. You know,
They
one
didn't
thing I'm
invite
going to
me.
tell you. One thing I'm going to tell you is, I can't stay up 72 hours in one sitting. Sorry, just can't.
Neither can
I
I.
need my beauty. I
You
need
know
my
what?
beauty
Actually,
sleep.
they probably did a video on it, telling if you were interested. Because like usually when they do something like that, like when they did it, who was it? I think it was Nana Crafts or somebody. I can't remember who it was. Decided that they were going to do a live, a 24-hour. People were assigned a spot, and you had to be a small channel. You couldn't be a large channel. It was designed
Right.
and stuff. I participated in that, but they had done a video on it. It says if you're interested, contact so and so.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as the retreat, um, they do videos on that saying, "Oh, if you're interested." I wish I could go, but I can't. I was a T live. I says, "Oh, you know what? My medical stuff and finances prevent me ever going to any of those retreats." And see, on YouTube, like now, I'm fine. But my cousin says, if you get in a crowd, Linda, you'll go in a corner and you really don't approach people. You don't talk to people. I get really shy.
Shy almost.
Yeah. Okay, how I can explain this? When I was a kid, I had some. They used to put these knobs on my head because I hated school. I would
Mm-hmm.
do the work at school, but I wouldn't do. I wouldn't study. I wouldn't. And they basically says, "Well, your daughter's having trouble learning because she's just not interested in school." They had put me in what they call a special ed, and I remember we had moved, and she told the school, and I kept going home and says, "Mom, that's a retarded class. I'm little." She says, "No, no, no." She believed she was, and so my mother went down and says, "Look, my daughter is not retarded," and had to explain it to her. They told her they weren't sure. At one point, they thought I had what they call Asperger.
Asperger's
Yeah.
disease.
Um,
Asperger's, to be exact.
which is a higher autism.
Yeah.
Uh, they basically didn't know. But when I was in high school, they had put me into regular classes, and I had gotten interested in school. And when they put me in regular classes, they would have me with one class. I would go back, like, to this one special ed teacher. They're just keeping an eye, see that I'm making it, and I was making honor roll. Then
That's good.
when I moved to Indiana to live with that asshole I used to call a dad, that's a whole nother story. But they had a problem with me. California, your credits are far more classes are far more worth credits than it is in
Mm-hmm.
Indiana, and I already had enough to graduate. But in Indiana, you got to have majors and minors like you do in college. So they didn't have any choice. I had to major in history and home ec. My minor was PE and mathematics. So I had took every history class they had, including Black history. And Black history was fun because, contrary to what people believe,
Mm-hmm.
yes, it was a white man that put the Black man in slavery, but very few Blacks at that time were actually caught by the white man. What had happened is tribes would fight each other. And when one,
Mm-hmm.
they would take their prisoners and trade them to the white man into slavery. That's how the majority was given. And there was also slavery. What was it? Australia? I can't remember what other country. The ones in U.S. were actually treated better. There was an iron mask they would put on to prevent them from eating dirt to get a certain nutrient they were not getting. But one of the nasty tricks that slave owners would do is they would dig a pit and they would tell the slave, "Hey, guess what? I'm gonna set you free if you can kick my butt." you get to go free. But the thing is, they would tie their hands in the back where they really could fight. And then freedom papers didn't mean crap because if the owner side left in his will or he favored a slave and decided to set the slave free, right? And they gave him his freedom papers.
Yeah.
If he got stopped dead going down the street to get out of the South, let's say, and he got stopped, oh, I'm free. Here's my freedom papers. They tear up the freedom papers back into slavery. And even after the Civil War was not actually about freeing slaves.
Slavery.
Because Lincoln said if he had to keep slavery intact to keep the Union together, that's what he would do. Okay? That came out of his mouth. But the Quakers, see, they also were trying to help the slaves get into the North. A lot of them would go to Canada. So at the end of the war, when Lincoln freed them, they weren't really free because what happened is they had all these slaves that were uneducated because slaves were not allowed to learn how to read or to write or do any of that. All they knew what they did is on the plantation, and many of that was either housework or farm work. So then the previous owner say, hey, look, I'll do sharecropping with you. We'll split it. But you can't buy your seeds. You can't buy clothing. You can't buy food. You can't buy anything but from me. And they put up these little stores. And they would give the slavery credit. Well, the problem with that was when it came time to harvest, they would owe the slave master so much money that they were virtually back into slavery.
Well, think about it.
That didn't last long when they turned around and said, no, you can't sharecrop that way. So, that's the reality. The Civil War was, it was a side issue. And the South wanted to be independent. They were tired of the North telling them what to do, and they wanted to be their own country. And they were lucky. There was another country, I can't remember, was it France? Anyways, this other country was considering coming in and helping the South. Okay, they almost came in to help the South. Had they done that, the South could have possibly won, but they decided not to. The problem with the South, all the industry was in the North. They had no factories to make guns, no factories to make bombs. They just didn't have it. The North did. And that's why they won the war.
Yeah.
But to say that Abraham wanted the slaves free is not quite true. Because he stated that if to keep the Union together, if he had to keep slavery intact, that's what he would do. But this teacher, it was really, really fun because he put us in groups. And one side would have to argue for slavery. The other side had to argue for freedom. And when we got in the part in the 60s, at lunchtime, we had to sit at a certain table. We weren't allowed to sit with our friends or anything. We had to sit at a certain table. If a student came up, we had to let him in front of the line. He was trying to recreate what it must have been like to be black in the 50s, 40s, and 50s, where you couldn't drink out of faucets. You couldn't go to the white man's restaurants and what have you. But the white man first tried to make slavery out of the whites. But the thing when they did, they treated them a lot better. They were free after a certain period of time to pay for their voyage. They didn't like put their own in slavery. So then they tried Indians. The problem with Indians, they weren't used to white man's diseases. So they would get sick and die. But the black man was hardy. They were strong and they could tolerate the white man's diseases. And that's why they made the black man diseases.
Wow.
And even after the war, if a white woman was alive at that time, whether she had proof or not, If she said, "Oh, that black man raped me," there was no questions asked. They were strung up. Marion, Indiana, back in the I think it was the '60s. A guy had been arrested for rape. This white woman got raped by three guys, three black individuals apparently. They arrested these guys who turned out to be innocent. She was in the crowd. They broke into the jail. That they did nothing to really try to stop them. She watched two of them get hung, and it was only when the third one was going to get hung that she told the crowd they aren't the ones. Now, if she tried that today, she would go to prison. The people who lynched him would go to prison. But
Yep.
you talked about the 50s and 60s when all that was covered. Because I remember as a child, I'm 63 years old. I remember at 6, 7 years old, to get to this one stable, you had to
Mm-hmm.
cut through this town, like a town within a town.
Right.
Only ones who lived there were blacks. And looking back, I didn't think nothing of it at the time, but looking back, I says, yeah, if a black person was out and we came walking down the street, they would go in the house because they feared, oh, this is a white child. If she makes up something or we're done for, we'll get lynched. They would actually go in their house. They used to call it, I ain't gonna say the word. It started with the N.
Yeah, I already know the word.
Yeah.
I've watched enough films about it by Lifetime to know.
And they used to have those in, I don't know. But I'm not gonna get political.
No.
But I had to take history. In my senior year, I had so much credits. I only had to go half a semester, right?
Mm-hmm.
I only had to pass one class. That's it. One class. I picked the class I wanted to pass that I could pass, and said the
Mm-hmm.
hell with the others. I wouldn't do the. I wouldn't study. They put the test. I just marked them. I didn't care what I marked them. But that one class I studied for, and I did the test because I had to pass that class in order to graduate midterm. If I would have flunked that class, then I would have had to take it again the following semester. Now, had I wanted to, I could have went to school and say, no, I want to graduate with the rest of the kids. Can I keep taking different classes? Some I maybe did poorly and retake them or whatever. I did. Day after midterm, I left Indiana, went back home. The school said, no, she has to come up and do her graduation. I told my dad, I said, I'm not coming up there to do a graduation ceremony. I'm not going to be comfortable. That's would make me feel very uncomfortable.
Do you have like a fear?
Holding back,
do you-
doesn't want to do the graduation. And they
What I was going to ask is, do you have like stage fright or something?
I don't get comfortable around a whole lot of people. One-on-one, I'm fine. If there's one person, I can go up there and talk their ear off.
So basically, it's like a claustrophobia type of thing.
But if I go like to a party or a group, and there's a lot of people, I'll kind of sit quiet. So I would not be comfortable at a retreat. I would probably stay in the room most of the time or make an excuse I had to go do something. I would not be comfortable.
Yeah, I understand
They
that.
say something to me, I'll talk to them back. There's very few people I actually talk off of YouTube. You're one of them.
Oh,
Jill a lot. Jill will tell you. Jill will tell you herself. I'm about the only one that I'll message her. Hey, are you all right? How you doing? I also talked to Sherry. Now, Sherry, I don't panic. I'll put a comment message her, hey, how you doing? I might not hear from her for 2 or 3 days, but I know I'll hear from her.
Mm-hmm.
Now, recently, I just have heard, and I says, hey, are you okay? I haven't seen any videos. You haven't answered my message. Are you okay? And she finally messaged back. And I'm not going to tell you what she did because our conversation is private. I said, okay, because I just wondered if something was wrong. But she'll always answer.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't like getting in a large crowd. I get very quiet. But it could also do for my growing up because at school, I was a kid that people picked on. Moose, dog, all these different insults. In fact,
Yeah.
one year I was in a class, 23 students, one male, the rest were female, decided to pick on me. And I realized back, yeah, because I wouldn't fight back. Because my attitude, I'm not going to give you the satisfaction to let you know you're getting on me. I refused to cry in front of them. I wasn't going to hit him back. I'm not going to let you know you got to me. But I didn't realize it was telling them, hey, we can pick on her. I was pushed, shoved all the way home. Only one girl apologized. The next day, I went and found the ringleader, and we got in a fight. As an adult, it's totally different. When I became an adult, I'll fight like that, no problem. If you hit me, because this girl, she got really, really angry. She needed something to sell. I think she wanted money for drugs. My cousin didn't want to buy it, so she got mad at me. I'm walking by. She said something. I told her where to go. She said she wanted to come out, and I said, girl, I'm going to let you get the first punch, but it's the only punch you're going to get in. She says, oh, you're going to let me? I said, yeah, I'm going to let you get a couple of them in. She must have thought I was joking. So I let her hit me 3 times. And then I just smiled at her. I says, now it's my turn. And I started walking on her butt, and I told her boyfriend, who was standing up there, I said, you better not interfere. Don't even go there. And I kicked her butt. This is when I was homeless. And, the cops, they don't care. If 2 homeless people are fighting, they don't care. And when you're homeless, you better know how to fight. You better know how to stand up for yourself. When some other homeless people stole my stuff out of my cart because I was canning, I pulled a Rambo. I went to all their spots till I found it, took it back, tossed all their stuff, scattered it all over.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went back. She goes, I can't talk to you. Look at this mess. I says, yeah. I called her a B. I says, I did it. What do you want to do about it? I says, you got your little boyfriend here. Don't let me find you alone because I'm going to get you. Well, I never did beat her up because I got more out of her by her being afraid I was going to do something to her. And the only other fight I got was some B decided she was going to badmouth my late husband. And the fight was on. I went after her. She runs in the park. I get her pinned down, and I'm beating the crap out of her. And I guess I had a metal thing in the palm of my hand. So I'm hitting her. And when the police came, I said, yeah, I did it. This is what she said. And she says, well, she deserved it. They gave me a ticket, and the district attorney refused to prosecute. He said, hey, it's just 2 homeless people fighting. I saw her the next day. She would start something. I says, I already kicked your butt once. You want me to kick it again? She said, no. I said, then shut the up. I saw her several months later. She came up to me. She says, I need to thank you. I looked at her. I says, what for? She says, I would still be doing what I was doing. But when you beat me up, I was so damn afraid of you. I figured I need to stop using drugs. I need to get off the streets. I need to and I guess she straightened out her life because she's going around asking people, teach me how to fight so I can fight Linda. But apparently I didn't see her in the streets no more. Apparently, according to her, I guess her family let her back in. Whether she stayed clean or not, I don't know. I hope for her sake she did,
Yeah.
because she was probably pretty high when she was doing that crap.
It's kind of sad that they need to do that.
Well, if you're homeless, you know whether you really want to fight or not, you have to. Because if you don't, they're gonna walk all over you. They will attack you.
Mm-hmm.
When I was on the street, I always carried a knife. Always. I never had to use it, but I wasn't afraid to use it. Because a lot of them are on drugs. It's not like what people think. You know, oh, the vets, the vets, the vets, the vets. Well, these vets didn't get there overnight. They got there because they decide to take drugs, decide to take alcohol, and you can't help them. My landlord's tried. I don't know how many vets we had in here. He's had to evict every last one of them. They sit on their butts. They don't even look for work. They can't be helped. They just can't. You know, it's just the way they are. Should we end this thing? Because we've been on for an hour and a half now.
Wow, we talked for a long time there.
Yeah, that explains why. That explains because even when I go live, there's certain stuff, especially Jill Crane, they're coming in my live. When I was just testing, Crane came in.
Yeah, I saw her come in. The only thing
And
is,
they're coming into my live. I already know that. I got certain subs. I said they're my loyal subs. You're one of them.
mm-hmm.
I never know because you guys don't comment. That's the one thing I wish about YouTube would tell you. That they had something they could tell you who watched your video and how long they watched your video. Because
They'll tell you how long someone watched it, but they won't tell you who they were.
yeah, that's it. Why don't they tell you who watched your video? Because you don't know unless they comment. That's why most of the time, if I'm watching somebody's comment, I'll put something down. Oh, I'm gonna say, "Oh, cute JP," you know, something to let them know I watched their video.
Usually, if I can, I usually say I'll watch replay, and I'll tell you I was there.
Oh yeah, I've gone down there because I don't do a lot of lives because a lot of them, that's where the drama starts. I'm proud to say when all the crap starts going around on YouTube, I'm the last to know. Because if I go on a live, I generally don't stay in the live through the whole thing because of the drama. Because when the drama happens, it always happens in lives. Always.
Yeah, well,
I don't.
I don't have that many people that come into my lives as it is because I don't know. I haven't done
yours is different. No offense. I mean, there'd be like 3. You know what it is? Why? It's not because your lives are bad. It's not because you're a bad channel, because you're not. Your lives are good. Your channel is good. It's you're at Australia. You're getting up at 7 a.m. And a lot of the stuff that are in the USA, the ones that are in your area are not getting up at 7 a.m. to go to a live. And the ones in the US, yeah, right, Teresa. And the ones in the US, a lot of times they're at work. Because watch how the lives, they either come on in the evening or Saturday or Sunday. And you'll see a lot of people there. Why? Because people aren't working on those days. See, if a person's in Australia, who's going to set the alarm at 6:30 to get online to go into somebody's live? You know, the time I come online, most of the time, your live is over. I can only watch it on replay. That's what it is. It's a lot of your subs are from the United States. So when you go live, they're at work. And that's the only reason they're not in your live. It's not because you don't do a good live. It's not you do a great live. You do a great videos. The only suggestion I would say is continue your lives, but do some unboxing, just plain videos.
Well, that's what I'm working on right now. I had to
Not,
wait until after Sukkot, though.
do some whipping chats. What's going on in your life? What have you been doing this week? When you do an unboxing, don't do it live. Do it on a video and post it. And you will be surprised at how many people actually watch it.
Okay. Well, I was gonna actually after this live, I was actually gonna do an unboxing and put it up.
Good. Exactly.
Because I just got uniquely down under I had to wait until after Sukkot because Sukkot is an 8-day feast, an 8-day celebration in Hebrew. So I wasn't on live or even unboxings or anything because at that time is, you spend time with the Heavenly Father on His day. So that's why I haven't been on at all for that little amount of time, except for I came on one person's live because I promised I would go on it.
Well, you know what? I figure everybody's to their own belief system.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's not my own.
Mm-hmm.
Sherry will tell you. I never judged her. I never tried to enlist her into Christianity. I never brought religion up to her. She brought it up to me and we talked. And she told me I was instrumental in her becoming a Christian. If somebody asked her to do something with her, she says, I can't anymore. I can't do that. I'm a Christian now.
Well, that's good. That's good news to hear.
Well, you know why? When I was a kid, United Baptist Church, it was the last time we went there. He started bad-mouthing other religions. My stepbrother's fiance was a devout Catholic. She went to church with us. He chose that service to start downing Catholics. Now, did that preacher really think he was going to turn this Catholic away from the Catholic religion into Christian, become a Christian into the Baptist religion? Did he think that was going to happen?
I wouldn't have.
Cutting down her existing belief? All that it does is put that person on the defense.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it did. Her feelings were hurt. It put her on the defense. She's never going to come around. And I've been hit her say, oh, well, which is this, which is that, and start bad-mouthing her existing belief system. What would have happened? Her wall would have went up. She would have got mad. She probably would have made some videos. She would have been really pissed.
Mm-hmm.
The best way, I wasn't going to, is just try to be there for her when she needed it. Because she told me, says, what, Christians are so judgmental. I says, the false Christians are. I says, there's people who think themselves Christians who really aren't. And that's why the Bible says, at that time, the people say, oh, I preach in your name. Oh, I did this and that. And Jesus going to turn around and says, I know you not. Because they really want right in their heart. And, the Bible speaks of that. And I call them false Christians. Honestly, my stepmother, my biological father, they are false. They were false Christians. So no, I don't believe they made it to heaven. And frankly, I don't care because heaven ain't big enough for me and my biological father anyways. I mean, I stopped talking to him at the age of 20. And when my mother called me to tell me he had passed away. I says, well, why are you calling me telling me? Because I don't care. I mean, I don't wish death on the man, but I have no feelings for him. And I says, I made it clear to you that nobody bothered need to tell me when he passed because I didn't need to know. I didn't. His funeral, I didn't shed a tear. And it is sad that when he, at his funeral, not one of his kids went to it. That man used to sit me at the table when I went to live with him on a nightly basis and badmouth my mother, lie about her, saying, oh, she did this, she did that, she had illegal abortion, that, this, that, this. And it was a lie. I found out when I was an adult and I went to investigate, I found out from talking to other family members, I just found out that he was totally lying. My mother was always faithful. He was the one that was unfaithful. You know, and that's why they divorced. And I says, why couldn't he left it alone when I was 7 years old? And asked, well, how come you guys got divorced? And he says, and I says, you told me, oh, sometimes people love each other. They just can't live together and you just got a divorce. I says, I was fine with that. But don't take me at 13 to sit me at a nightly table for hours on end to lie and badmouth me against my mother so bad that I was writing nasty letters to my mother. I wrote her some horrible letters because I believed him. But you know what? In the end, I turned on him. I didn't have anything to do with it. Who did I have to do with? My mother. And I said, Mom, I talked to her about those letters. I says, how come you permitted it? It's you never wrote a letter to say, hey, you have no right. I'm your mother. You don't have, or call me and say, hey, you have no right to talk to me that way. It was like you were taking it.
It's because she was abused by him.
Charles never abused her.
There's several different type of abuse.
He didn't actually abuse her. He became bitter after the divorce because she divorced him. Because he was faithful. And that's what he got mad, and he got mad because she married another man, and that man, I don't use the term stepfather with him. That was dad. When he married my mother, he told me, he says, no, I knew your mother had 3 kids. When I married your mother, I was taking you 3 kids on as my own. That's the man I call dad.
Yep.
And I still called him dad because they divorced when I was 18 years old. And I didn't see him for a while. And he was at my sister's house. And I was pretending to be asleep because what do you call a man that for 18 years you've called him dad? But he's no longer married to your mother.
You just keep calling him dad because that's what
Exactly.
you know.
I went to him and I said, look, I don't know what to call you. If you're uncomfortable with me calling you dad, I won't. It just feels very awkward to me and weird to me to call you Dave. And he teared up and he says, I'm dad. I called him dad to the day I died. Or he died.
I don't think you died yet.
And when he died, and his sister called me, she says, well, what was he to you? I said, that was dad. I says, look, I do private duty. I can't leave my patient to go to the hospital. Can you tell him this? She says, I don't know if he'll understand it, but I will. She told me that, she told him what I said, that his eyes lit up. And it was nice that when she did the obituary, she included us kids. But what was comical, because my daddy Dave was an alcoholic, but I'm here to tell you, I never saw him drunk growing up, because he'd go months not drinking. And then when he decided to go on a drinking spree, he didn't want his kids to see it. So he would just leave. And then when he decided to sober up, he'd come home. And it might be a month before he came home. But his favorite drink was Jack Daniels. Guess what the preacher's name that officiated over his burial's name?
Jack
Daniels.
Daniels.
Yeah, no. His favorite drink was Jack Daniels. The preacher's name was exactly Jack Daniels.
How interesting.
I laughed. I thought that was so funny. That was funnier than shit. You know, I love the man. That's dad. That was my dad. And when I was going to leave my first husband, I was talking to me. Is he doing this? I'm going to come down. I'm going to kick his butt. And he would have done it too. He was a short, yeah, he was a short little man. He wasn't very tall. And I guess he went to court because he got in a fight with a guy that was 6'1" and beat the guy up. And the judge says, "Wait a minute, how tall are you? 6'1". How tall are you? 5'5". He says, "You mean to tell me this little short man beat you up?" "Yes, Your Honor." And the judge started laughing and dismissed the case. Oh, yeah. Oh, he would have defended me and Susie at any time. At any time.
Well, it was wonderful having this lovely. It was wonderful having this lovely talk and everything.
Yeah, you think we ought to end it for next week?
Yeah, I think we need to end it until next week because
on your channel. Oh, what is
I'll be on? Well, actually, it'll be on my channel and then it'll be on your channel. But if you want to set it up, we could set it up my Monday and your Sunday. Maybe that might work.
Okay. Yeah, you set it up on your channel about the same time.
I'm talking about, okay, I do mine on Tuesdays and your Mondays. But I was thinking if I do it on Monday, meaning you set yours up on my Monday, your Sunday, they'll come, the USA might be able to come and see it on Sunday.
I will put it on my channel and I will do a video on it and I will post it on, I think Mix Crafts, that's one of her Facebook groups, Underground Diamond Painting, that you're allowed to post your videos.
Yeah, but I didn't know that was Mrs. Coffee's group.
I think it is. I think so. I'm not positive.
Because I thought it was for everybody because it said it was it's a crafters group and
no. That she created the group, Underground Diamond Painting.
Maybe
you're allowed to post your videos stuff there. Okay. Who else allows it? It's a craft. It's for creators.
Yeah, creators. It's called the Creators Lounge or something, or Lounge Creators.
I can post it there, and I can also post it in my group. I gotta get more active in that group. I post my videos there. I let people in. I created it to be able to get hold of people, basically, if they won one of my giveaways.
Yeah.
I am crazy about doing my giveaways. You know,
I love what Audie puts up. She puts blue hearts, my dolphin, hearts, dolphin, hearts. Then red hearts. I guess you like shamrocks. Red heart, shamrock, red heart.
Well, you know, part of my family from the Smiths, I came from like Ireland and France.
Yeah.
But not the Cash's side. And when everybody finds out, because I from the Cash, the first thing they ask, "Oh, is Johnny Cash related to you?" That's the number one question I get. And if somebody with the Cash, they'll go ask it. I says, "Save it. Yes, we are related."
Oh, you are? Wow, yes. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, we could go to his. We would actually have to call his manager. Mention one of the relatives' name to even know who I was. It's not like he came to our house or we went to his house. Okay, it wasn't like that. But we did get to go free in to see his concerts. And when we went backstage, we had to go into the dressing room.
Oh, that's cool.
He would allow us there. I didn't really do it. My sister did it. My mother did it. I really didn't do it. I was going to do it one time, but they changed the rules. Johnny would actually had to buy the ticket for us because they get so many people claiming they're related. And it just wasn't.
But you're actually related, so congratulations.
Why? It's not like he came to our house. But contrary to what people think, he never went to prison. He never did time in prison. Okay? He went, he did concerts there. Okay, that was Johnny Cash's, and that Johnny Cash movie come out. Don't bother watching it because it's totally false.
Well, I wasn't planning on watching any movies anyways, but thank you for letting me know.
The latest one they put out, it wasn't quite true. Anyway, we're going to end this live for today. We'll get behind the scenes. So look on my Facebook or on my channel. I will do a video as soon as we know what's up, and I will put it up on my channel. She will probably, you'll do it on your channel.
Oh, wow.
I will put them on different Facebooks that I can, so everybody knows, because we want people to win this gift certificate.
Yeah, we want people to win this beautiful gift certificate. Plus, you told me that you wanted to, on your end, you wanted to do something with Craftably and give like a free Craftably, I believe that's what you mentioned.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
So, I'm talking about, you were telling me on that you wanted to give away a.
It is coming. It's coming.
Okay. Night, everyone. It was wonderful having you here. On my end, I'll say many blessings and shalom. And I don't know what Linda always says.
Happy diamond painting.
Yep.
You know what? I gotta get with Craig. Ask her to make me a thumb. She told me she would last time, because I'll pay her to do it. Anyways, happy diamond painting, everybody.
Okay, and we'll talk to each other later.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see about that Zoom thing that's going on.
Yeah, same here. I think I'm gonna go see how that's all going. But like I said, I haven't been on any of the Zooms or anything because
that explains why we only got 5 people.
Probably that's what I was thinking.
One person hardly from my channel out of the 5 people that are on my channel. They're all in the Zoom.
They have to be. It's the only other place they could be is Zoom.
Yeah. So happy diamond painting. We'll catch you later.
See ya, guys. Shalom.
Shalom.
Okay. Hang on.